I guess I'll just start out by saying, how did you get involved with this researching the elections? I mean, how long have you been political? And then we can go into how Erik was raised all over the world. Quite a story there. So.
Yeah, actually, that might be a good place to start because, when I was young, I lived in Indonesia where there was a 30-year president who finally stepped down after millions of people were in the streets. And then I lived in China 1 year when I was 17 or 18. And of course, they've had a one-party system since 1949, the CCP. And I thought coming back to live in the US for college that this is a place where, elections were different and, we didn't have the kinds of corruption that I saw and the totalitarianism that I saw, and then saw that start to creep in 2020 as we prepared for the election with COVID and the government response to that being in lockstep around the world.
Yeah.
And so that's what really brought me into this, where I wasn't overtly political before because I was comfortable. I was a writer after about 4 years of working at Target, including as a software analyst. I went to work as a freelance writer. And so it's been interesting because this is, what some have called the crime of the century. It's a big story that you could subvert in an election. And Jeff Lensberg, who's a nation-state vulnerability expert, who has presented recently in the Otero County, New Mexico, meetings about elections, and he also did work back in Antrim County, showing that votes could be swapped in the machines. He said, as a nation-state vulnerability expert, if you think about it, the best way to take over a country, like besides nuclear weapons, would be to subvert elections. And you can't do it all in 1 year. You would do it over a period of time to slowly get those people in power so that you can determine how things go from there. So that's really a bit of my background living overseas and comparing it to what I thought the US was, and now seeing that there's this kind of moldy veneer that we're peeling back, and there's a lot of layers to peel back, and I just learned so much, in particular looking into the election now in Minnesota for the last year.